not you had to give Citadel coach and their players a lot of credit. They played extremely hard for 40 minutes, did a great job of really being disciplined to their system, their style, which is unique, and put us in a tough spot. We didn't defend well enough, in particular in the second half. They just you got to get some defensive stops there in the end. You're up 3 or 4 points with a couple minutes to go. You need good offensive possessions, good defensive possessions, and because of the threes that they hit, there's situations where you're forced to guard the ball more one-on-one, and we were exposed a little bit on that today in terms of our inability to do that at all 5 positions. In this day and age in college basketball, if you're not fully focused and ready to go and play with great, and we play hard, but we just weren't as sharp today, and that's disappointing. But it's also one of the things we have to do. We got to get back on the court and practice, and this is the time of the year in this stretch right here with the games last week and this week where we haven't got as much practice time, and it clearly showed tonight in terms of our ability to stay true to who we are. Let a team shoot 61% from the field, 47% from the 3 in the second half. It'll be tough to win any game. So give them credit. They told the guys they were going to play hard for 40 minutes. They were going to play the way they play for 40 minutes. We just weren't able to withstand that, especially in terms of guarding the basketball.
You still had a chance right there at the end, final possession, and probably wasn't your most efficient stretch right there at the end. Did David get the looks
Hey,
he wanted?
2 wide open threes.
Yeah.
We wanted to drive and kick on that last one because they're in the zone with very little time. The possession before wasn't good.
Right.
We wanted to try to get into the same action that we got into at the end. Same action that we got, the 2 threes, one from David and then one from TJ in the corner. Couple possessions earlier, David drove it in a little too deep on that one, but the 2 threes that he got, great hustle by JB in terms of getting an offensive rebound and the presence of mind to kick it out. We got 2 good looks there at the end. The possession before that, where we turned the ball over, was not a good possession. That possession before that, I think we got fouled, I believe.
On a team that really relies on the 3 ball, Stallworth, their best driver of the ball, really
Dominated the game. He dominated the game. Completely dominated the game. He was in complete control from the start to the finish. In terms of, and he has 6 assists, 25 points, 4 defensive rebounds. He's not a great 3-point shooter, but he makes just enough. Goes to the free throw line, goes 5 for 5 from the line, and when it was crunch time, he made the plays. And he's a grad player for them, getting kind of a new lease on life, and he played great the other night. And they got 2 road wins this week. They won at James Madison the other night, and they won here today. And I think he had 26 or 27 in that game. And he just again does a good job, and that we did a good job on I can't say his last name, number 35, Zayn Najdawi or whatever. Those 2 guys have the ball a lot, where the other 3 play off of them. But we've been getting good production off the bench, and today they got good production off the bench with Rice coming in, and we knew he was an exceptional shooter, and he goes 6 for 9 from the 3, so that was big for them. They needed that, and they got it.
On offense, with their constantly changing zone looks, and you having such a young team, were there communications issues on the floor? Did you feel
not so much on the offensive end. We shoot 47% from the field, and we had some good looks at threes. Now, it's as I said in the pregame, it's a fine line because the threes are going to show on one pass a lot of times. You got to make good decisions. Is that the right shot at the right time for us? And we probably only had maybe 5 or 6 of those that probably wasn't a good shot, or taken by the right guy at the right time. The other thing that happens is when they show early and you take them early, you have no chance in an offensive rebound. You know what I mean? So we go, hard to believe, we're 21 of what, 36 inside the three? 21
Yeah,
of 36
that's
inside the three. Got to keep getting it in there. Post-ups, drives, you can't settle. And that's kind of what that's their system. They try to almost bait you into doing that. And right now we're not experienced enough in those situations to fight the temptation of, one pass and shooting. And we didn't have a lot of them, but in a one possession game, you have 3 or 4 of those that cost you. And you got to go through that. You got to learn that. You know what I mean? You got to learn that, especially, at this level. I thought Ray Sean played well for us. Playing the most extended minutes that he's played. But even some of the sophomores that have, this is all new to them as well. So we got to either lose or learn. We got to make sure that we learn from these situations, because we're going to be in a lot of close games. We're going to play hard enough and compete enough at this stage of where we're at and building the program, where we're going to be able to stick around and play in a lot of close games. So you got to figure out a way to win some of them.
TJ didn't get going until late in the second half. Was it just one of those days for him, or something they were doing defensively?
No, he just he had good looks. You know what I mean? I think he needs to be more aggressive to shoot, more aggressive to look for a shot. And I think that's an area that we need to address. He plays 27 minutes, 7 shots. Got to finish around the basket, 0 for 2 on inside the 3. So it's just something that, again, he's asked to do more now than he ever was. So there's more, we're depending on him more, which is new. And so it's, again, a growth process for him when it comes to that.
Anything else?